Dark and cold on the other side. My demons run away, they try to hide. I know myself and I can hear your lies. You tried to kill me, but I'm
Hey, this Love Queen, let's chat, y'all. And I am on the line with
This is J. Paul here. Great to be here. Excited. Can't wait to get into it.
Yes. So tell the people about you, J. Paul.
So me, just to give you kind of a quick summary of kind of how all this began. Um, I grew up in school with one of my best friends named Melvin. He kind of introduced me to rap. You know, we have the lunchtime rap battles at the table and things like that. And that's what kind of really got me introduced to rap music. And little side note, I was diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor when I was only 15 years old. So
Superhero.
yes,
Superhero right here.
It's
Yes.
insane how far I've come. And if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here today making this music for people who really need it. They said I had stage 3, possibly 4 cancer, 5 to 10 years to live. But God always steps in when you think there's no hope left, and he flips it right around and gives you your life back. So that's kind of where I'm at today. I thank God for everything he's done for me. He's really showed me a lot about my life and who I am. And I know I was called on this world to make music for people who don't necessarily know him and who feel like they're lost. But that's why I love God so much, because he's always been on my side.
He is awesome, and you're awesome, and you're a walking blessing, and to me, a superhero. Because
that was my nickname when I was in the hospital. That's what they used to call me.
Yes, because you are. That's amazing.
I really appreciate it.
To hear your story, to share your story as well in your journey with rapping and everything. That is beautiful. And I'm just proud of you and excited for you because you're here, and
yes,
you can
ma'am.
tell it. Some people can't even tell their story. So I'm a little speechless now, just hearing a little bit. So now I'm switching up some of the conversation, because my next question is going to be what would you tell somebody that is fighting right now, with the cancer and everything?
I'm glad you asked that question, because hospital, I started to see a lot of people were battling the same things. Not everybody got as good of an outcome as I did. So it was kind of, it really dawned on me that, a lot of this stuff is going on and not a lot of people know about it. But cancer is a real thing. It's a real battle that people have to face. I faced it myself, had to have brain surgery and then 30 treatments of radiation. So I understand the struggle it is, because it really put a damper on our family, because we had to live in Durham for 5 days of the week just to do the operations and then come back on the weekends. It was really straining. So I say that anybody who's really going through cancer and battling that and don't really know what to do with their life or how they think it's going to outcome, just trust in God, because if I hadn't trusted in him, there's no telling what would have happened. But he's got that kind of comfort that nothing else can touch, so just keep your head up, stay strong, keep fighting, and beat this thing.
Yes. I mean, I want to say what was something you proud of, but I'm proud of you. But still, tell us what is something you proud of.
Something I'm proud of. I'm proud of the man I am today, because I haven't always been on the right path. I've kind of, everybody tries to walk that fine line and, you take a step left, you take a step right, and you don't really know where to go. And I can honestly say today in 2021, I finally know who I am, because a lot of my life I've been searching, who am I? What am I supposed to do? What's my impact on the world? And I think I finally realized that for the first time in 2021. And it's an amazing thing to know that my music could possibly change somebody's life. It could be 1 or 1 million. It doesn't really matter to me. Whoever it's supposed to get to, they will receive it. And that's all that matters to me.
Yes. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so I mean, you answering so much, but I'm still gonna ask anyway. What makes you unique? What makes you unique?
Makes me unique. I've always been a big people person. I would say that's something that's very unique about me. Something that one of the gifts that God has given me, other than rap. I'm a very big people person. You know, I see like the homeless people and people like that. It really, I got a big heart for people, especially ones who are lost like I was. That's the key thing on my music. What I talk about my music, not everybody's gonna get it because not everybody's been through what I've gone through. But there are people who are kind of going through the same struggles and battles trying to find themselves like I am. So it really helps them relate to my music. And that's why a lot of people who listen to my music, you know, I always get comments like, dude, you don't know how much this really helped me. You know, things like you just helped save my life, you know, because I was in a really dark place. And that's just the biggest thing about me is unique is I love people.
Yes, love people. I love people too. I always have. Like, I was just like I was on the phone because I do call center and stuff like
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
So, and the guy I was talking to, he was like, "You're just, you just like I'm supposed to be. I was just upset for a minute there, and you just sound so sweet. Stay that way." And
Yep.
I'm like, that's just me. I like to help people. Like,
Yep.
I've been that
And
way since I was a little
it's kind
girl.
of like they
Yes,
say, you know, be a light in the darkness, you know. That's that.
yes.
Yep.
I've been that way for a long time. So, good things happen to those that just love people, period. It's
Yes,
like,
ma'am.
it's in you. Like, you can't help it.
Nope.
So, my next question is, what are some random fun facts about you?
Some random fun facts about me. When I was in high school, I used to love basketball. Basketball was my go-to sport. I always thought when I was younger I was going to be in the NBA, but that changed real quick. Um, but yeah, basketball. I play video games occasionally, not much now because I'm so busy working on music and stuff. But I mean, just normal things. I like going out, hanging out with friends. Having a good time. Um, that's mostly about it for that.
Yes, basketball was my thing too. I was like a little
Oh
tomboy.
yeah,
It was
everybody
like,
thought they were
yes,
gonna be LeBron
yeah.
James.
The main thing was them cross, like them when you throwing the ball under your legs, or when
Oh yeah,
I can
crossovers. Oh yeah.
defense was my thing. Look, because I'm a girl. If I can get
Yeah.
the ball from a guy, I was like, yes, I'm
Oh
hot.
yeah.
I'm in this.
Yep.
I
You're the
got you.
winner.
You're not ready. You're not ready for this. Like, you just got to be tough when you're playing basketball.
Oh, I remember a couple girls in my high school. They play some serious basketball now.
Yes, people don't understand. I didn't almost got I got like somebody got so mad and jealous one point. They came down on me like
Oh,
under.
I
I'm
believe
like,
it. They're like, well, if she gonna steal the
really?
ball, I'm gonna have to block her then.
Yes, like, and me being small, that played a good part in it as well. With
Oh
tall
yeah,
people
I'm
trying to
five
just.
seven, so I know what that's all about.
Yes, I'm 5'1".
Oh,
I'm little. Look.
oh yeah.
So, okay, who inspired you to rap?
There's kind of a couple, like my friend Melvin I was telling you about in high school. He kind of introduced me to the whole rap thing. I never really was into it, but he got me kind of started. And then I think I had mentioned to you about Lecrae, where I went and met him in Atlanta, Georgia. This is for the people who haven't heard this story. When I had cancer, I got a Make-A-Wish. So my wish was to go meet a Christian rapper named Lecrae because he was the music that got me through all of the hard times when I was in the hospital. I listened to him every day. He just kept me fighting. So they fly me out to Atlanta, Georgia to see one of his concerts. But little did I know that he was going to pull me up on stage and let me perform one of my favorite songs by him called Tell the World. If y'all haven't heard this, I expect y'all to go check it out. It's on his Gravity album, Tell the World. Go check it out because that song right there really set it in stone for me. Don't give up. You got to tell the world about your story. So meeting Lecrae, that really also had an impact on me because he'd come backstage and said, man, are you into music? I said, yeah, man, I make a little here and there. It's not real big or anything like that. He said, well, dude, just don't ever give up. Keep fighting for your dreams and it'll happen. So I took that with a grain of salt and just went to work on music. So him and my friend from high school, they really were like the big impacts on rap for me.
Wow. Yeah, your story, like I said, your story is like amazing.
Oh, there's so much you can't even tie into one session. There's so much,
It touches you. It touches you
Yes,
because I'm looking at it all and just, you're like touching back on that from like everything. Like you were young,
very young.
Like that had to be like not easy, but you got through it. Like,
the crazy thing is, I didn't even get to go to 3/4 of my freshman year. I was in there at the ending of the freshman year. I didn't get to experience, the first step in high school. You know what I'm saying? And when I got back, but a lot of my friends missed me. They're praying for me and they welcomed me back in when I got back to school. But it was just a crazy time, unbelievable, especially when you're that young. You don't necessarily know what's happening, but I had a feel. I just knew something was wrong, and I was like, man, I know. I remember talking to God. I was like, man, I'm young, man. I'm not ready to die and leave, man. I haven't even done nothing with my life. So it was just a
Okay.
really scary time.
To ask yourself that question and to
Yeah,
talk to God and be like, God, like, what is going on? And then you going through that whole process, like nobody understands that besides you, unless they walk in the
exactly.
same shoes. Like that's not easy, man. Like I keep saying, superhero shaped
I
fall right
appreciate
here,
it. I
y'all. Like
appreciate it. Hey,
amazing.
if only for God, He's the only reason I made it out. That's where I'm
Yes.
putting it.
That's my
Because
father as well.
one
Yes.
little
Yes.
tidbit, when I said all that, I was like, God, I'm scared, man. I don't want to go through this. Not a lot of people know this, but when I said that one line, I will not lie. I'll never forget it. He spoke to me while I was in the hospital bed and said, "Don't worry, I'm with you." And that's why throughout the whole process, everybody said, I can't believe he's smiling. He's happy while he's in the hospital. I mean, because I knew in my heart what he told me. He told me I was going to be fine, so I didn't worry, and here I am today.
Yes, no word. Yes, God says, "I got you," and He has the last words.
He sure
Okay,
does.
like He makes it possible. Nobody knows what He has planned, but He has something planned for you. Like that, y'all. When we get to that point, I'm not gonna ruin it yet. I'm not gonna share it yet. Y'all gonna hear it in a few minutes, but we got more questions to get
Yes,
to.
ma'am.
So my next one is, how would you describe the music that you make?
Okay. Best way to describe my music, in my opinion, it's really I really base it on the loss. You got people who are kind of like hot, upbeat. Kind of go with the flow, kind of. But me, I really want to make music that stands out, something that
Mhm.
you've never heard before, something that really hits home with you. Because in
Yes.
my opinion, and I'm not knocking anybody, but I feel like we have enough of the money, drugs, sex, all that kind of stuff. We got enough of that. It's everywhere you turn with music. But to make something that could change somebody's life and impact them and help them see a brighter day when it feels like it's all dark, that's my main goal in life, is to just keep my music focused on the people. It's not about me. It's about the people who need help. And
Yes.
that's where I like to keep my mind state when I'm writing my music.
Yes. Okay. Now, who would you want to collaborate with?
See, I have so many. It's just insane. But if I could pick three,
Okay.
number one would be NF, because his music is out of this world. I don't know if you ever heard him. Y'all go check him out too. He really makes kind of music for the lost. People going through mental problems and just anxiety and things like that. So it really really resonates with me. And then of course second would be Lecrae, of course, because that he changed my life. So that would just be an amazing collaboration. And then for my third, you're gonna laugh. This is a little cheesy. I like to collaborate with God. I want Him to give me some of the words to speak.
Oh, that's what's up. I would not laugh because I understand.
But
I
if you,
trust me.
but me and him collaborate every day. So that's how he gives me the words to speak, and I write them down on a piece of paper.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And collaborate, like that's the main thing I just got out of it is I heard was God.
Yep.
Yes, Lecrae as well, NF as well, but God, yes,
Yep.
because He makes it out. He opened up them doors.
Yes,
Yes,
he sure did.
yes. If you could open a show for an artist, who would it be?
Honestly, because with God, I think it's a big key when you start getting into music and things like that. It's always important to stay humble. Don't get too high over your head. Because God, as quick as God puts you in this place, pride comes before the fall. He can take you out of it if He sees that you're straying away from being humble and understanding where you're at. So me,
Okay.
I would open for whoever would give me a chance.
Hey, I like
And
that. Y'all
even
hear him?
even if I
Look.
never open up for a show, even if I never open up for a major artist, and I kind of stay at the level I'm at, I'm okay with that. Because
Yes.
like I said in the beginning, my main mission is to help somebody. It's not about the money, it's not about the cars, it's not about none of that. It's about making an impact on the world that we're living in today. Because if you look around, the world is very dark and evil nowadays. You can't there's
Okay.
so much going on in the world, and I just want to be that light that opens up everybody's eyes and let them see reality.
Understandable. Yes. He said, y'all hear that right? He said he wants to open up for anybody. Like whoever you are. Like Jay Paul wants to open up for you. So y'all, that's a good way to come out at it. Like, you leave it open
Yes, ma'am.
and you have the people asking you, like, hey, come on, because they be looking.
Yes, ma'am.
They do. And
And I feel
if
like
you
God, he'll direct the steps. However it's supposed to happen. I believe in him, in his process. I'm not rushing it. When the time comes, the time will come.
Yes. So if you had to switch places with another famous person, who would you switch places with?
um, Once again, I'm gonna hit you with some might be a little cheesy for somebody. Me, I don't want to switch places with anybody because if you think about it, you've spent your whole life going through all this stuff yourself. Why would you want to be somebody else? Because you're not going to be able to tell your story that you know so well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Not.
I love my story. I love who I am. And that's not me being prideful. I just love the testimony that I have to tell because it's a great one. And everybody out there
Yes.
listening has their own testimony. Everybody's been through
Yes.
battles, struggles, and that's what makes you who you are. So I mean, I'd like to be myself, but I'd love to meet some of the other people who kind of going through the same thing as I am.
Yes. Okay. Like that was nice. Like y'all, like J Paul, like really coming in here just giving all the good stuff out, right? Like, yes. Like he says, I don't want to switch. Now you making me want to change. Look, at one point I probably said I want to switch and do this. I want to do that.
Yep.
Then I'm like, no, hold on. Wait a minute. He made some sense right here. I want to just be myself.
Exactly.
I got my own story. Let me rock it well and rock it high.
Because
yes, indeed.
You and I both know, don't nobody want to be a carbon copy of anybody. We got all these people out here, trying to be like somebody else. Just be yourself. Love yourself.
Yes.
Be yourself. And do what you want to do, not what nobody else tells you to do. If you got dreams and goals, get them. Fight for them.
Yes.
You don't need anybody to tell you can't have it. Because a lot of times in my life, I wasn't going to talk about this, but I think it's important for people to know. Me as an artist, I consider myself an artist. I make music. I have hate comments all the time. I've had people tell me, somebody's got to tell you your music is trash, man. Did it hurt in the moment? Of course. But it only fuels me even more to keep on going because, in my opinion, if you don't have any haters, you're not doing something right.
Yes, that is true. Like I said the same thing in that process of doing this. At first, I'm like, and I talk to people about this all the time. I made a poem that's about fear.
Yeah.
Because fear will challenge you. It will make you hide. It will make you don't want to do anything.
Yes, ma'am.
And I always tell people, be yourself. Don't let nobody change you, because I have people that would ask me different things. Like, would you wear this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will wear it.
Yeah.
But would you wear it? I'm not the one that's putting it on.
Yeah.
Like, if you like it, wear
exactly.
it. Like, if you like yourself and you like the person that you are showing it out to people, like, this is me.
Yep.
This is who I am. Be that person. Don't be afraid to show nobody that you want to be this way, or that I like this and I like that. That is who you are. Don't let the people change you just because what they say. And yes, they will. Because my whole purpose of doing this is to shine light as well. And not only that, it was like when I got into it, I'm like, yeah, okay. I know I'm going to get some no. I know I might get some people that say no. I'm going to get some people that say yes. And I do it for the people that says yes.
Now, the people who need it, of course, they're going to love it. They're all for it. But a lot of people hate to see when someone else succeeds. They hate it.
Yes. They do. That is so true. But them be the ones that you're gonna be like, yes, okay, I'm up.
Oh yes,
I'm up right now.
Yes, ma'am.
But and you need some hate. You need a little bit of hate.
It makes that. You need a little bit of hate. Skin.
Yes. Yep. Yes. It makes you keep moving, because when I was in high school, I had somebody that told me, a counselor. She was like, you're doing too much. You can't do this. Yeah. You can't do that. I looked at her. I said, yes, I can. Because what about when I get out of high school?
Exactly.
I got college. I want to work. I want to do this. So this is getting me ready
Yes, ma'am.
to do what I need to do. So you supposed to be challenging me and telling me what I can do. You telling me what I can't and trying to put me in that little middle. I don't want to
Yeah,
be in the middle. I
you
want to be up
sound you
here. I want
sound
to.
just like me. I like to go against the grain. I like to take the road less.
Yes.
I like to take the road less traveled. The one everybody's telling me, no, man, you don't need to go down this road. It ain't gonna turn out well. I'll show you.
Yes, let me learn myself.
Yep.
Let me do this. And sometimes I do take the hard way, but at the end of the day, I took my way. It was
Exactly.
easier for me. Yes, we have to remember that, people.
Hey,
J. Paul said it here: be yourself.
if I could leave one message with y'all, go against the grain. Be a leader, not a follower. We got so many followers out here. Stand up and make your own goals and show them that you mean business, because that's the only way you're gonna prove them wrong.
Yes, and that was my next
Yep.
question. Like, what would you tell
Exactly.
the listeners?
See, I'm
He
reading
telling
your
y'all
mind right
already.
now. We're on the flow right now.
Yes. What hip hop album did you grow up on?
Oh my gosh. So I would say, see, the funny thing was, back when I was in high school, my friend Melvin, when we would make the rap at the lunch table, the basic thing was you had to go home and listen to a rap song, come in and rap it the next day. And that's how you got props around the table. So me and my friend Melvin, we were the best at it. We go home and study lyrics all night. So I'll name like my top 3 ones that I grew up on. Of course, I grew up on Eminem, because back then,
oh my God, you got to make me
it was
scream.
just
That's my favorite artist.
Like
I
loved his controversial rap, because nobody else was doing that. So it was just like amazing to me.
Sorry, yes.
And secondly, of course, I gotta go with Lil Wayne, because that's just what I grew up on, you know. Especially when Lil Wayne and Eminem collabed, it was just insane. And then for my third, God, it's such a hard pick.
It's okay. Look, if you need this name about 5 or 6, it's okay. Look,
honestly, Eminem and Lil Wayne were kind of like the main like foundation of where I started. But I give applaud to all the other rappers, you know. They might necessarily rap like I do, you know. Not everybody's gonna rap about Jesus, you know. I understand that, but maybe one day, you know, my music will hit their ears and they'll, you know, change. But either way, you know, I don't judge them, you know, because I wasn't always in a great place, so I can't really put one above the other, you know. I'd applaud everybody for going for their dreams, you know. However you do it, you know, that's great. But Eminem and Lil Wayne, those were the main ones that kind of hit me. Especially, like, I don't know if you ever heard it, No Love. That one really hit home for me because I had dealt with bullies in school a little bit. So, you know, I kind of understood it. It kind of hit home for me.
Yeah, bullies get on my nerves.
You telling me about it, but
it taught me the person that I am today, because I had like the school I went to, and it taught me like, yeah, I can have friends, but I don't necessarily need you. Yeah. I can walk along with my head high by myself. Like, I can sit at this table and be okay.
And like I was saying, with me having a big heart, you know, after I got the courage, you know, to stand up to my first bully or whatever, then I started going around and seeing all these other kids getting bullied, and, you know, I started speaking up for them as well. So I kind of
superhero
bullying in the bud, you know, because there ain't no reason for anybody to judge somebody else, because we all got problems, we all got issues, we all got things we can't control. There's no reason for you to be mean to somebody else just because of the way they look, how they act. There's no need for it.
That is true, and it's all about. I noticed, because the line of work that I do with kids that have behavior problems and different things. What I also learned, sometimes kids lash out in different reasons for their environment. Who they're around, how they're being treated, the way what they've seen, and it's unfair. It's
tough
not
living
right
nowadays. You know, there's so much hatred. It's just it's unreal.
I had a slight moment on YouTube. I posted one of my son's videos, and some girl didn't even know me, and I had to stop myself. But I did say something. I almost went over the top. Like, wait, don't do that. You don't know her, but I did say bullying is not nice. You don't even know him. You know, it's best to be just positive instead of just some negative. Yeah. And I just left it at that. You know, because my son, he's a blessing as well. It. You know, but other people don't know my story. You just saying a picture and you just commented. So before you say something, get to know somebody before you just comment about different negativity. The first thing you come out is
Exactly,
negative.
because you
Say
have
something
no
positive
idea
before you
what
say
they went
something
through.
negative.
No
Yes,
idea.
yes. So, J. Paul, where can our listeners find you at?
Okay, so this album that just dropped, I also dropped a single before I released the album. It's gonna be on all. It's already on all major platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio. You name it, it's up there. And I'm gonna send you the link, and maybe we can get it posted up so people can actually go check it out. And I hope everybody likes it, because I put it,
Yes.
The crazy thing was, I had been working on music for 5 years, and that last fifth year, I really focused on an album. I was like, man, I need to drop something big, something kind of get my name out there, let people know what I'm talking about. And it took me a year to get my first album done because I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted it crisp. I wanted it, when you make something, you're always like, oh, I
Critique
could do this
yourself.
better. I
Look.
could do this better. This could sound better.
Yes.
So I really fought with myself to get it out. That's why it took so long on this first one, because it's the first one. You got to make a stamp, and so I just spent so
Yes.
much time on it, and it was just insane. But I'm so glad to finally have it released and out to the world. And that was just like, that's like a stepping stone for me, or a milestone. It was just unreal when I got it released. It was just crazy.
Yes, I know that had to been exciting as well. You guys want to find out more about J. Paul. You can find he's on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube. You got J. Paul Productions, uh, J. Paul 9001080, J. Josh Weaver 123, and again J. Paul Productions. So my next thing is also, if you could choose one song to play every time you walked into a room for the rest of your life, what song would you choose and why?
All right.
For life. Remember, it's supposed to be for life.
I got to listen to this
So
song all the time. Okay. I would probably pick. That's a tough one right there. That's a tough one. I gotta listen to this song all the time.
For a whole life, like, okay.
God, that's so hard. I would probably listen to. It's actually a new song that NF dropped with another rapper named Hobson. It's called Lost. And I'm telling you, if you want to listen to a song that's gonna fire you up to do what you got to do in your life, go check out that song, because I've listened to that song on repeat many days after it was released. So I could probably listen to that one all the time.
Okay.
Because I love music that gets you fired up, motivational music.
Me
I love
too.
it.
Yes, I do too. And I listen to a lot of it, especially I have had moments where I didn't listen to something and I'm sitting there crying, or it got me through a moment where I didn't listen to it and it gets me happy. It's a song called War. It's a gospel song called War, and that song is so amazing too. I'm not good with keeping up with everybody's names and stuff like that, but yes. And my next thing is, tell us about the other side.
Okay.
You're out the other side. Like, let us know, how did you come up with this? Like, and then eventually I'm gonna play it and let the people hear.
So basically, when I say the other side, not a lot of people, especially Christians, vice versa, people who aren't really following God, they don't really understand the other side's perspective. They don't really understand what the other side is going through, because when you're walking a fine line, you don't really get into the simple things. But when you're walking the simple things, you don't really get in line with God. You know what I'm saying? So there's always two sides. You got good and evil. And that was kind of like my main thing with the album was, I may fall and slip and make mistakes all the time, but that does not change my relationship with God. I'm trying to get on the right side. And that's the big thing for people. I want everybody to know, you're not alone. A lot of these people like to play it out as they're perfect, never make a mistake or anything like that. It's a lie. Everybody makes mistakes. We all sin every day. I'm not perfect. I could end up, sinning tomorrow. We sin every day. And I just really wanted people to understand that even though you're on the other side, you can always get back where God wants you to be. He's never going to leave you nor forsake you. He's always on your side. And that was basically the whole thing with the album. You know, I just wanted people to kind of see my side of it, because when I made this album, I was not in the best place. Or when I started this album, I wasn't really in a great place. You know, I was having some struggles. You know, I was angry with God for a while, you know, just because of stuff that was going on in my life. But he used that anger and pain that I had to make this album for people who are going through the same things as I am. Like I said, relatable content for the people who are going through the same thing. So that was kind of the main thing with the album.
Yes, and it was hot. It is hot as well. And you know, I hear when people say your music speaks through you. Not only that, like some people tell it tells a story. Like you can hear your story, you can hear everything. Like it's amazing. You know how when you see like American Idol and different things, and people be like, sing, like go to that deep dark place that you remember, or tell your story through your song. Like you're telling your story, and it's amazing. Like just while you was just talking, it almost a little bit in the beginning, it was like I almost thought you was freestyling for a minute. I'm like, hey, go ahead. Like it's in you, it's in your blood. It's like right there. It's a gift as well as you are a great rapper and amazing person. And just like I keep saying, Jake Paul, superhero, y'all. He didn't defeated cancer, brain cancer. He didn't
broken femurs, the whole nine. I've been through a lot.
Fought off bullies. Look, just everything. Like you're amazing. Like can't nobody stop you.
But
just,
as you're saying that about me, that goes the same for everybody out there listening. Can't nobody stop you from what you're supposed to do. Nobody.
Yes, dreams are yours. You stop your own dreams. Nobody else can do that. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this the other side, y'all, because man, when I first heard it, I was like, yes, it's deep. So we're gonna let it play. Here goes The Other Side by J. Paul.
Have you seen a dark place that you can't escape? Every time you turn around, it's always in your face. Try to wipe the slate clean, but you can't erase all the sin that I've committed, never to replace. I ain't never said I'm perfect, no, I have problems. Got addiction in my brain, but I never solve them. And you'd have never known it if I never said it. And I don't like to be corrected, never learn my lesson. I have addiction to these women that be coming easy. I'd rather be an alpha male than coming off as needy. I don't like to show my feelings cause they always leave me. Got a lot of open wounds, yeah, they still bleeding. I spent my whole life trying to make an image. I forgot about the people in the real mission. Looking at the man I was only fiction. When I cut the snakes off, that was good riddance. When I look into my eyes, I hate to see the darkness. But I know that God is real and he gon' keep his promise. He gon' break the chains off and save me regardless. Help me find my true self, I'm done being heartless. Yeah, I battle all this pain, but I would never be the same. I've been breaking through window panes while I'm cruising up on my name. But I feel like I'm crashing, burning right inside of my brain. Sometimes I really feel like I think I'm going insane. It's dark and cold on the other side. My demons run away, they try to hide. I know myself and I can hear your lies. You tried to kill me, but I'm still alive. It scares you now that God is on my side. The chains are broken and I will survive. The nation's arming and we're ready to rise. It's dark and cold on the other side. Let me talk about the side that I've been chasing after. It's a brand new life with another chapter. It's the one that saved me when I was fighting cancer. When I was down in depression, told me that I matter. When I crashed my car and I was still breathing. When the girl broke my heart and I was still bleeding. When I hated my life and I was still screaming. When I popped those pills and I saw me leave. See that I'm alive, I ain't talking in pride, it's the bright side. All you have to do is decide, do you want God? Do you want to waste more time? You only live once, in the morning you could die. Just think about the people who are dying every day, overdosing on the drugs cause they never knew the way. Playing with our sin while we blindly fade away. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm calling out your name. Wake up, you don't know where you're at. You could die now when you never coming back. Look around you cause the world's turning black. Everyone divided, we need to come back. Racism, hatred, depression and pain. Death and corruption, we walk in the rain. So much darkness inside of my brain. The world's so cold, we forgot your name. Jesus Christ, the Prince of all peace. We fall on our knees and beg for you please. Help me get up, help me get free. Help me find life, help me believe. Help me be strong when I am weak. Give me the words you want me to speak. Help me believe, Help me believe, help me believe, help me believe. It's dark and cold on the other side. My demons run away, they try to hide. I know myself and I can hear your lies. You tried to kill me, but I'm still alive. It scares you now that God is on my side. The chains are broken and I will survive. The nation's arming and we're ready to rise. It's dark and cold.
Yes, the other side. The chains are broken.
Yes, ma'am.
Man, like I know about
Oh,
that.
I'm telling you.
Chains, breaking
You ever
chains.
heard of
Oh
Tasha
my
Cobb?
God.
Break every chain.
Yes, the
I went back
chain.
to my
Yes,
roots.
yes. That's what we. Yes, my kids did a play on
That's
that
such a
and
beautiful
everything.
song.
Like one. Yes, break
Oh yeah.
every chain. I'm not a singer, but yes, like
I
this is
appreciate it. I
hot,
really do.
y'all. I love Eminem. I grew up on Tupac, Biggie, and a couple of other different peoples. Like I love hot rap, love hot music. Period. Like I'm following. I'm in it. I'm Team J
Yes,
Paul
ma'am. I
all
appreciate
day,
that so
y'all.
much.
Like you guys blow this up, and then he has
Oh,
some
there's
more
more.
coming out.
There's
Like
more coming. This is
we
just the
can't
beginning.
wait. Yes, we
I
can't wait,
appreciate it
J
so
Paul.
much.
Like yes, and yes, we appreciate you. I just want to say thank you for coming out to
Yes, ma'am.
talk with Love
I
Queen.
mean,
Let's
it's an
chat,
honorable
y'all.
thing to do. I
Yes,
can't believe this is happening. That anybody want to interview me. So I mean that this is just an amazing stepping
yes.
stone for me. It's awesome, and I appreciate all the love and support from all my fans and everybody who's always been by my corner and in my side. So thank you all for everything.
Indeed, a great person. Like I keep saying, y'all, superhero J Paul. Like I'm like hashtag superhero J Paul. Like yes, like
Yes,
that's gonna
ma'am.
go. So we about to, this Love Queen. Let's chat, y'all. And I am so privileged to talk to J Paul. His real name is Josh Weaver, but you guys, his rap name is J Paul. Like go check him out, y'all. He's on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube. And we are about to, if you ain't got nothing else to say, J Paul, we about to dance it out real
Definitely.
quick and
Last
we
thing
about
I'm
to
gonna
be
say
out.
is what I've been saying this whole time. Don't ever give up on your dreams.
Yes. Don't
Yes,
ever
ma'am.
give up on your dreams. Y'all heard that.
And
You
y'all come
heard
check
that
out
here
Love
on
Queen.
Love Queen. Let's chat. Yes. Hey, check me out. We gonna play this out, y'all.